Okay, today we have the pleasure of having one of the rap geniuses from Youngstown, Ohio, by way of Chicago.
Amen.
Introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? This is your brother, Man Child Mafia Life, former member of the Coffee Brothers, former member of the Reekfacemob. I'm on a lot of good records.
Can you say former? Do you say former? Because
Well, I mean, Reekfacemob is for life.
is that the tat right there?
Yeah, that's
man.
it
Let's
right
get
there.
give us a close up on that.
This
Come
is
a little closer.
This is Interface. This was the label. This was the label logo, and once we got signed at Interface, we all went and got these tattoos as a sign of, camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Talk to me about that. How did that come about?
I moved here from Cleveland. I had me and my children's mother. We had come to a conclusion that, hey, look, we either gonna sell dope forever, or you gonna follow your dream and do your rap shit. So I took $300 and I got on the Greyhound and came down to Houston. I had some friends. My homegirl Gloria, she was dealing with Tony Draper at the time. And she was like, oh, yeah, bro, come stay with me. You know what I'm saying? Come stay with me for a couple of days. I'll show you the town. And, introduce you to some people. And I got down here, man. Like I said, I had no money, man. My homegirl, Gloria, she made sure I was legit. Gloria Hankerson, you can look her up. She legit. But she made sure I was in the scene, on the scene. And from there, I just started networking. When I got to Houston, it was amazing to me because the Midwest, we didn't have independent labels. And when I got here to Houston, the first thing I seen was these people were independent here, truly selling it out the trunk, truly selling it, truly taking their CDs to the stores. I saw that, and it was just like amazing. So I'm like, well, I can sign with anybody here and then they played everybody, like Houston radio supported the labels.
So this was an avenue for artists like yourself, and like you said, you had a choice, and your choice was to either sell drugs or rap. Now, how did you get into rapping or hip hop?
So growing up in Chicago in the early '80s, late '70s, Chicago, we known for house music. Like we create
Stepping
for sure. We got a lot of culture. Chicago is way cultural. But anyway, I got here. I got here because I used to go to New York every summer. I was the only child. My mother was, I was fortunate, to have hardworking parents. I went to New York every summer, and I'd go stay with my aunt Mildred and my uncle Alvin, and my cousin Chiselhead would take me down to buy me a record, a 12-inch record of rap, because we didn't have rap. You know what I mean? We had house. So I take the record back to Chicago. And
this is late 70s?
Yes.
Early 80s? Yes. Y'all didn't have no rap?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, like, the only rap back then was mainstream rap. It was Curtis Blow and it was Sugar Hill Gang, but it wasn't no, like, you didn't hear that. You know what I mean? You only heard the big ones. You know what I mean? So I go home and take these records back to Chicago with me, and I play them for my friends. And like I said, we wasn't hearing no rap because all they were playing was house. You know what I mean? So we sit there for hours learning the raps, listening to the raps, and it became a point where I started saying the guys' raps, and I go to school and say a cool Mo D rap, and everybody be like, "Oh, that's the coolest shit in the world, man! You rap it again." So eventually, I started writing my own raps. You know what I'm saying? After rapping everybody else's raps for 2-3 years, I learned the cadence. I learned what a 16 count was. I learned what an 8 count was on my own, and that's how I got into rap. That's how I started rapping. I was DJing at first as well, because that's the original reason I had the wax, because I had 2 turntables and a mixer, but I was only spinning house. You know what I mean?
Right on, right on. So, what led you into meeting, like you said, Face, Brad, and
I had met
some
Brad.
other people?
I had met Brad in '93 at the Freaknik. The very first time I met him was in '93 at the Atlanta Freaknik, and he had this yellow motherfucking Ferrari out there, and he was a at that point he was already he was a great MC, but he wasn't legendary yet. But he was he was already one of the favorites. So I met him there and was just strictly platonic. I also met Redman, Eric Sermon there at the Freaknik, Keith Murray. I met Jay-Z at that Freaknik. First time I met Hov at that Freaknik. But anyway, the next time I saw Brad, I was coming out of the studio. I was coming out of Rap-A-Lot's offices. I had just got my contract because I wasn't gonna sign with Face. Because Face wasn't really, he was doing his own thing. But Rap-A-Lot had 3 labels under their umbrella. You know what I mean? They had OG Dewey had a label, OG Spook had a label, and OG Big Steve, Big Cash had a label. So, I was gonna sign with one of them. I just wanted to be on. I didn't care. And they all was like, "Yeah, come on, yeah, let's eat off you. Come on." That's essentially what it was. I was prey. But
did you heard about Rap-A-Lot, right?
Man, I was told. I was told.
You were told. Okay.
So when I got here,
and when you got here, people told you about Rap-A-Lot and everything like that.
Yes.
And you were interested, or you were discouraged?
I heard some very, very terrible things about Rap-A-Lot when I first got here. Mm-hmm. It was 21 independent labels, and I was trying to sign to one of them. So I was at all they tops.
Because Draper had his own label, right?
Yeah, he had Swab House. My partner, Russ had what's the name of his label? Anyway, Big Time Records. He had Big Time Records. And Pimp UGK was on his label before they went to Jive. Mm-hmm. So he was like, I was looking at these niggas like, y'all did this independent? And Russ was trying to sign me. He had PSK 13. He was trying to sign me. And they was all telling me, K Reno out on SPC. He was like, man, don't fuck with them boys. That's bad business. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know Royal Flush?
I did. I did actually get a chance to meet them guys. Another one of my guys was Black from 20 to Life, the group 20 to Life back in the day. He would always tell me, man, just do it yourself, because they was putting their records out themselves. You know what I mean?
So you came all the way from Ohio, New York, Cleveland, down here to H-Town.
Yes.
To, I guess, stake your claim or put your feet up, your footprint in the rap game, right? Because H-Town is, as you know, a big breakout city.
Of course.
On the Chitlin circuit. I'm being funny, but it is.
No, look at it now. Look at it right. Look at Houston today. Some of the biggest stars in the world today. I'm talking about star power now. You got Lizzo. Of course, you got Beyonce. You got my boy Toby coming in hard right now. He finna blow. It's just
Shouts out to Toby Nguigwe and his manager Shay. Shay, you remember what you said right here in this studio. I want you to keep your word, okay? Thank you. Sorry about that.
Shoot the shot. I'm just saying, like, yeah, Houston is it's a very Chitlin Circuit breakout city. I've seen it.
Right.
I've seen. Like I say, I've seen Lil Flip go from wearing a leprechaun uniform to getting a $21 million independent deal.
Right.
I've seen that with my own eyes. I seen my man D-Rec take his label, and my nigga D-Rec took his label and put the world onto the Bar Baby.
So give me a little help us out here. Let's follow your story, because you are a OG in the rap game. You signed with, like you said, you signed with Face and Interface, and you've been one of the Rap-A-Lot rap artists.
Yes.
Featured in.
I'm on a lot of Rap-A-Lot records, man. I'm on I'm on several gold and platinum albums coming off that label. My first record I ever did was G to a Key, and that is a hood classic right now. I'm on the G to a Key. Is my first record. It's my first time being on a record. So my dream at that moment was fulfilled. So my goal at that moment was fulfilled. So I had to constantly set new goals. And once that record was a success, man, I was on the Reekfacemob. I was on Ghetto Boys, the Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I was on the Fifth Ward Boys. I'm on. It's an artist I really, really don't like to say his name, but I'm on so many of his records, and they all like so very decent. Even though he's a piece of shit.
Wow. Okay.
Even though he's a piece of shit because.
So since you said that, I know you don't like to say the name, but that's a part of processing, getting these things out, because pressure will bust a pipe.
Right.
Go on and let it out.
Okay, yeah, man. I'm on a lot of Devin albums. Devin got about 9 albums. I'm on 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
5 of them. Rapping my ass off. And, I see how, he left a lot of people by the wayside that, poured into him. And it's also was a lot of shady, bad business. Dev, you owe me some money right now. If you watching this, when you see me, put your hands in your pockets.
You said when he probably sees it. There's good and bad in everything, right?
Yep.
And so in this particular business, and this just is from my personal research, it started off with bad, didn't it? It started off with who can steal from who. They were stealing. The artist was actually making pennies, like Ray and Little Richard and all of them. They were making pennies,
of course,
while the record labels and the whatever, and the quote unquote executives really were gangsters.
Yes,
they was robbing.
It's the same thing.
So that's part of this music business, and a lot of people see, which I know you've seen a lot of the fallen or what have you in the rap game that had made it to a certain level, and then all of a sudden it was taken from them.
I've seen that.
And most of this leads to, I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm trying
to speak on it.
Most of this leads to what? It's a pathway to, because if you're listening to most of the rap now, mm-hmm. as opposed to back then when you were, let's talk about conscious rappers. Let's talk about somebody that was, how it started.
Yeah.
And then what it is now.
And see, that's another thing, because I at first was a backpack rapper. I was a lyricist. Like, I was big on lyrics and
a backpack rapper. Backpack rapper is like a conscious rapper, right?
Is a conscious rapper. It's it's a person that watches what he says, and he wants you to understand exactly what he says without any you don't have to infer anything.
That's an art.
That's definitely an art. It's hard to do. Not everybody can do it. I don't hear it in today's music. I don't hear it in the rappers today. I don't hear them all they getting across is what the machine is pushing.
And so this is a program, and they're using young artists, if you will, mm-hmm. to push their agenda. Whoever they is.
You know who they is.
Well, yeah. The thing I wanted you to get into is working with this type of element and being an artist, and then also remaining true to who you are, and how has that allowed you to see some of these people now, or some of the people that you work with? How are you looking at them in the light, and where are you headed in the future? I know that was a lot of questions.
Yeah, no, I got it though. This weed is killer too, by the way. Anyway, it's about man, I came from, like I said, I was a conscious rapper. I spoke about, I was at that time I was real heavy on my deen. I took my creed to Shahada, and I was really on my deen, and I was, when I was learning from the honorable Elijah Muhammad, I would try to put it into my verses, how to eat, you know what I mean, how to just something to keep you conscious in. I was studying the earths and the science of the nations of the gods, and you know, I was in tune with today's mathematics, supreme math. You know what I mean? But when I got to Houston, I had to come with my Chicago gang because Chicago had already been out here, do or die had been out here eating for years. Twista, you know, rest in peace, my boy Johnny P. They had been out here eating for years. So when I came down with that double time. Cleveland, Chicago, it's a debate of who started it, you know what I'm saying? Bones say they started it, but no, because Common was doing it in the mid-'80s. But anyway, I came down.
You know Common?
Yes, yeah, I know him. We from the same neighborhood, 87th and Stone. I'm from 87th and Stone. He from like 79th. He from right up the street. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used to run into each other a lot. When I got to Houston though, I couldn't do conscious rap anymore. So I had to compromise to go back to what was popular, and that was just one of the traps that I saw in the game, right? Because if you was a conscious rapper here, they weren't trying to hear it. I got to Houston, these people were listening to Screw. They were banging Screw. They didn't want to hear, they wanted to hear somebody sound like they was crying almost. You dig what I'm saying? So they can listen to, they want to get every word, no matter if they saying nothing, no matter if they saying they just want some lean in their cup. Mm-hmm. They want you to hear it. And so, being that I had to compromise that artism, it just showed me like, damn, you gotta jump through these hoops to be in a circus.
So that's what led you to, with Rap a Lot, Scarface,
yeah.
And who else is a part, or groups that you were a part of? I
was in a group called Gorilla Click, and that was the group I was on Interface, and it was me and another clown ass nigga, I won't say his name and give him no pub, and my partner Trey TL.
We can always edit, and but just go ahead and let it out. That way it's good.
KB hoe ass KB.
Who's KB?
This hoe ass nigga from Atlanta that used to rap on a lot of shit with Face, and then Face cut him off because he a sucker. But anyway, yeah. And rest in peace, my partner Jamal. Kill them all, man. That was my baby, man. But yeah, man. So when I got to Rap a Lot, that was in that group, and then I was in a group with the Coffee Brothers, which was.
What's Coffee Brothers?
Coffee Brothers is it's a collective. It's really a group of people that has nothing to do with music. It's really originally it's just a bunch of guys get together and smoke. Kev Range,
Kevin Range. Oh, okay, so you're talking about like in the beginning? This is how it started.
This is how Coffee Brothers started.
They're supposedly known as a rap group, right?
That's what they're considered now.
Oh, okay. But you were there in the beginning.
In the beginning.
And so what are you saying? This was a collective of pot smokers?
That's what it was. We sat around and smoked weed and fucking rapped, and we had comedians that told jokes and made us laugh, and we just sit in a circle passing weed for hours. And that was the Coffee Brothers, you know what I'm saying? But now they want to equate it to Devin's group, the Odd Squad, which it definitely never was that. I mean, they were all members, of course, but that's not the original.
That's not how it started.
That's not the case. It's not the case. I was there.
Well, you would do the same thing for marketing purposes, right? If you were.
No, I'm telling you, I seen the compromise happen. Mm-hmm. I can tell the story and I can name the name because I was there. I got my receipts.
We're listening.
Man, listen, I slept on a fucking. I was getting cocaine money still. And I used to go over to Devin's house when he got his first apartment, right? When he got his first apartment from his first deal, his first solo deal, he had no furniture. He had a PlayStation on a fucking 13-inch TV, laying on the bed like this. I mean, laying on the floor, wasn't no bed. He was laying on the carpet like this.
To play PlayStation.
To play PlayStation. We was playing Tekken and shit like that every day. But anyway, to see him come from that, right? To see him come from that, he was very humble, right? Because I used to go over there and give him some money. You dig what I'm saying? I used to come on, let's go to Dick's and get some Adidas. You got a show tonight? Come on, let's go. I bought the shit. And I can say it because I was there and he know it. He might be so bougie now that he don't remember it, but he remember it for shit show. He ain't smoked that much goddamn weed. But anyway, yeah, man, from seeing him go from that to where now he doing tour dates over in fucking Egypt and shit, you know what I mean? And I just don't see the humility the people that he owe, he don't come take
So
care
he
of.
owes you.
He owed me.
Mm-hmm.
He owed me. He stole from me.
How, when he stole from you, he stole what in particular?
He stole one of my. So on the first Coffee Brothers album, it's a song called "The More I Smoke." It's one of the Coffee Brothers' biggest records. Over in Amsterdam, they love it. They love it in Saudi Arabia. They love it in Japan. They love it. "The More I Smoke" is one of the best records that was ever on the Coffee Brothers. We did 2 albums, but anyway, he stole my song. I took my dope boy money, went and paid for studio time, went and got Blind Rob, paid Blind Rob for the beat. Me and my partner Trey TL, we had a group called Gang Green, and we was on fire at the time. Mm-hmm. We was about to air. It was a bidding war jumping off. Tony Draper was trying to slide us back to the. Tony Draper was trying to get us on Suave. I was right then and there. But anyway, rest in peace, my homie Lonnie Mack set that up. But anyway, yeah, man. So I paid for everything, and we were gonna use it for me and Trey's album. Because that's what we was doing. We was buying our own beats. We was buying our own production, our own studio time.
Trey Ellison?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, our sign. My brother. Yeah, we was buying our own shit. And Dev just, next thing I know, it's on the Coffee Brother album. And I mean, like.
How did it get to the album without your consent?
Exactly.
Who transferred or who produced the information for him to receive it?
Clearly it must have been Blind Rob. Clearly it must have been Blind Rob because
that's the only person that had access?
No, we did it at Southern Fried, Marlon and Tim. We was paying our own studio. We weren't fucking with no rapper like studio.
You have Blind Rob,
yeah,
and Marlon and Tim. These are the only 3 people that could have possibly transferred the information to this
album.
person.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're liable as well.
Yeah, they're liable as well.
But this is what happens in the business, is what you're saying. They take your creative product and idea and then use it as their own or put it out as their own, and then what happens after that?
That's exactly what happened. So now, I just put $1,000 into this song, and you put it on your record, and I mean, of course, once it's done, I'm like, fuck it, it's on the record now. But I was never compensated. I never got my money back. I never got no money off the record. He stole from me. That's why when he see me, he gotta go in his pockets, or I will.
Right. So you haven't seen him since.
I don't want to see him because I know what's gonna happen. He come through the man. My sons is rappers now. My sons is $100,000. You know, they do all this new shit. You know what I'm saying? They riding around with 100,000. They hitting scams. They selling pounds. You know, this the rap life. And you know, they don't go see him either because I send them. Anyway, I let him make it a lot. He come through Cleveland so much. He come through Columbus so much. He come to Chicago so much. In any of those places, I could really see him because I'm everywhere. I'm all there. I'm here. I'm in Houston right now. I could see him. I could really find him right now if I was looking for him.
But isn't that what most people expect? Like, they're banking on that. They're banking on that you know, after they know you for a while, then they bank on that you're a good nigga. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Oh, he's a good soul nigga.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow, that's wow. You just you just made me feel a certain type of way when you said that. But it's true though, bro. So that's why. But he know better than that about me. They know. They won't even, cause I'm not that type of person. I'm
So
a
you know,
straight
Big
shooter.
Mike.
Of course.
What happened with that situation? I'm sure you have a more detailed inline.
Yeah. Mike was mad. Mike was mad because they was motherfucking taking his money, and he found out.
So everything is about taking your money.
Man, it's the way of life. When you join this, expect that, and if you don't, you're gonna be done quick. You're gonna be done quick. I done seen this make rappers start smoking dope. I done seen it. The pressure of this shit, I done seen it. Not the ones that want to smoke it anyway, but the ones who feel like, damn, they robbing me right in my face. That hurt. Like when I was young, I didn't understand it, and plus that wasn't my only goal was, man, I want to be on a record. And when I got to Houston, I fulfilled my goal several times, over a dozen times, right? Mm-hmm. And not no local. I'm talking about international release records. We were label mates with Virgin. I didn't hug Janet Jackson. We've been label mates. I didn't hug her, kissed her on the cheek. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So
you mentioned you have sons, or you know that are rappers and what have you. Mm-hmm. Where do you see the future of, or if you were starting off now, as a young rapper, mm-hmm. what would you be rapping about, or what would you be, in order for them to survive? Because like you just said, it's a lot of other things going on in the rap life. Mm-hmm. And that's going to lead to something that may not allow them to survive for a certain period of time.
True story.
How do you increase that longevity with, or how would you guide that, young artist?
Can I tell you something? Honestly, honestly, the whole music industry is dead. I wouldn't advise getting into it. To be totally honest with you, I tell my son all the time.
Is it dead? What, Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
That's pretty alive there, buddy.
I mean like
based off of the numbers.
You got three. You got your big three. There'll never be anybody after that. After that, who is it? After Taylor Swift, who is it? You tell me. After Taylor Swift, who is it?
I don't know. We don't know, but there will be someone.
I'm talking about right now. Who is it? It's Taylor Swift, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Taylor Swift, she is a brand, right? Mm-hmm. And she's been a brand for a long time. And it didn't happen overnight for her. She had to quit, give somebody all her shit, then get some money from over here and go back and buy her shit. Like, that's a hard road. Mm-hmm. That's not no easy road for artists. So I wouldn't tell. And then when I say it's dead, I mean by far as if you pigeonhole to rap, right? The new game is streaming. The new game is clicks and likes. They're not even physical copies of music anymore. Everything is in the fucking air. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they got the game so fucked up. I seen one of my little homies. I don't even play with it no more because, I see my little homie, man. He probably made $150 with 150,000 streams. Huh? Mm-hmm. What? So, yeah, and so the days of that are here, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise a young artist to get in this game. It's the most dangerous game in the world too. You see how many rappers dead? You see how many rappers locked up right now for murder? Pay attention. There's a lot of rappers dead. There's a lot of rappers locked up for murder. More than niggas playing football. More than niggas playing basketball.
So somebody, I guess, that's interested in allowing this particular genre of music to continue as an artist, well, let's just say an artist's job is to convince or to make you feel a certain type of way to the listener.
Correct.
And so some artists have defined an entire decade or their era, while living, of what was going on, like Marvin Gaye, you know, he has different songs that not only talk to women but talk about what's going on in the social atmosphere. How would you consider directing again? I'm asking basically the same question.
I got it.
The kids or even artists now as mentors of people of legendary status. Would you maybe say to them, because they're not really rapping anymore, right? They go into movies and things of that nature.
Yeah.
How would you what would you say to them in order to influence and allow this type of creativity to continue?
I mean, as far as the creative side, I definitely wouldn't, advise them to stop being creative. I definitely would advise them to be creative as possible, because right now in this new age of information, everyone has a voice. All you gotta do is go get on your social media and type in however you feel. And guess what? People forced to see how the fuck you feel. I hate Earth.
So you say it's super saturated. How would you use this particular tool, since everybody is doing that? How would you use this particular tool in order to sell your product? You see what I'm saying?
The product though, what's the product now is it's prepackaged. If you have anything other than a blue and white box, if you got an orange box, it's not coming down the line. You gotta do a Sukiana, you gotta do a sexy red, you gotta do some shocking shit. You gotta do some shocking shit. And like that's what the creativity is now. It's not even in lyricism anymore. I mean, you still got them. Like, I love my Griselda guys, man. My Stove God and Conway, them boys be hollering, man. They still bring lyricism to the table. New York really still does it a lot. I hear a lot of underground New York still. They still lyricists, and that's what I listen to, man. I don't really even listen to this prepackaged. Because that's what it is. It's prepackaged.
Okay.
Talk about some pussy. Talk about some dick. Talk about doing some drugs. And talk about killing, spinning the block on your ops. That's the prepackaged. If you're not talking about that, nobody's gonna buy it. You can't sell an orange box in a blue and white box store.
Pause for us.
They caught him at the hippie house with Mike Dean in there. Tore his ass up, beat him up under the mixing board.
Damn.
And then sent him to jail.
So they beat him up, then sent him to jail.
Yeah, man. Vicious.
After they stole from him.
That's vicious. After they stole from
Right? I mean, that's basically what you said.
That's exactly what I said. Not basically. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. We're going to beat you. We're going to steal from you. Steal from your funk ass. Then we're going to beat you up.
If you don't
and
like
then we're going to put you in jail.
Right.
That's what they do.
Man, listen. Mike had him scared, though. Mike got him scared.
I bet he did.
Yeah, Mike wasn't playing about his chose.
Mike was going to blow him up.
definitely was not playing about his chose, man. Mike wanted his money, and you know, they was trying to get an album out of Mike. Mike wouldn't do the album.
Well, they did something because he was on the Ghetto Boys album, wasn't
he? Yeah, he had two solo albums on Rap-A-Lot. They're trying to get him in there for his third one to rob him again. You know what I'm saying? He bucked this time, so you know they have a reputation for when you buck, they gonna send somebody to come break you, and no matter who it is, and yeah. Under the guise of family though, it's called a family,
right?
But I don't know no family that will rob you for your fucking money, your royalties and shit. I mean, essentially, you signed a bad deal, right? But for them to even offer a deal like that, that makes you not family instantly. If my family ever offered me a deal like that, I'd fucking punch him dead in his shit because you hate me. You really hate me.
Right.
That's what you're saying when you give me some paper like that. So, that's what I saw. I saw them rob you, and if you buck, they're gonna come down and beat you up, and then depending on how bad you flex on them, because I seen them send Mike to jail. They sent Big Mike to jail. They was Big Mike gave them niggas the flux. He was shooting rocket grenade launchers and all type of shit. Man, Mike was burning down studios. Shit, I was there. I got my receipts.
You said rocket grenade launchers.
Man, what? Yeah.
Come on, man.
Man, what? Yeah.
Not no rocket grenade launcher.
Man, that man. Listen to me. I was there. I was there. I wasn't there physically at the time he used the rocket grenade launcher, but I rolled past when they said the shit happened, and I rolled past the compound and seen the hole in that motherfucking wall.
The compound. What's the compound?
The compound was the Rap-A-Lot compound. It's where we used to, all the labels used to have offices in there. That's what. Because back, when I signed up. Where
was the compound?
It was on the north side. I can't remember the name of the street.
290?
Yeah, it was over there. It was like off 290. Yeah.
West Governor Circle?
Yep, West Governor Circle. Boom, there you go. Dead on their ass. There you go. But yeah, the compound was a big ass building, and Jay had about 50 one of a kind cars down there. He had I had never seen a Lamborghini limousine. He had one of them down there. He had all type of Bentley Corniches and all type of shit. Man, he had about, no exaggeration, he had about $20 million worth of cars downstairs, right? Man, you go up through the basement. You go up through there, you walk through, see all the fresh cars, and you go up into the building. This nigga Big Mike then rolled past that hoe and hit it with a rocket grenade launcher. It's a hole like this. That motherfucker. It's brick, man.
Right.
It's brick, man.
Right.
Yeah, Mike was giving him the flux. They had to do something. Mike was giving him the flux. Shout out to my homeboy Mike too, man. Much love to you, dog.
Big Mike.
Yes, sir.
From New Orleans.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I gotta bring in. Right now, man, the money is in. Like, what am I gonna say at 51 years old that'll resonate like when I was saying it in 96? I don't think anything that will resonate with these kids. I don't even understand what they doing. I don't understand what they doing. It looks like they're ruining humanity. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? They probably say the same thing about us.
The older folks look at
That's what I'm saying. They probably say the same thing about us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ruining humanity.
Yeah. But I mean, like, this shit is
humanity
weird.
Is humanity.
This shit is weird now, though. Like, it's just downright weird.
Yeah.
Weird. There's no loyalty. It's a new age, man. It's a different. It's an age of information. When you can ask yourself a question, and go right here to your phone, and get the answer. We couldn't do that. We had to read a book.
Now it's almost predictive. Like you just talking, and the next thing you know, the shit pop up on your screen. When
That's exactly.
Yeah. That's how in touch you are with information.
Exactly.
So,
it's an algorithm.
Spread some more information about why.
Come on. I'll give you some information now.
Give us some information on okay, because the last thing you were talking about was Coffee Brothers. You did some things with them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who how did that start off, and where did that lead to, and did you get paid on that?
So, the first record I did not get paid. The first Coffee Brother album was called Waiting Our Turn, and I did not get paid.
And you were featured on there?
And I was featured, and I wasn't even on the album cover or nothing. I didn't even know I was fucking on the album until.
But your voice is on the album.
My voice is on the album, yes.
And you didn't get paid?
I didn't get paid.
Okay, next.
Now, the second album we did was called, what the name of that was? Anyway, I don't want to give it no pop. But anyway, I had originally made the album, me and my partner Trey, and Deb couldn't get the sample cleared. Damo did the track, that Deb couldn't get the sample cleared, and he called me one night like, man, they want to charge me $20,000 for the sample, so I'm gonna take it off. But I'm gonna have the deluxe edition where we're gonna just do it online. And so he ended up paying me my little work for hire for it, even though I wasn't physically on that album. I was on the first draft of it, but like I said, he couldn't get the sample cleared in the midnight hour, and he had to take it off the record. The second Coffee Brothers.
But you did get paid.
But I did get paid.
Okay.
I did get paid. Wasn't shit. He Devin, man, listen, that nigga, he bird feeding niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the road with the nigga. I seen him make 75. I've done shows with him. I paid the nigga. He give me my rate. I used to give him 5 racks. He come to Youngstown. I have a show. He'll do that bitch for me. I make $12,000 some shit. He then gave Blind Rob $100.
Right.
I done seen him be on the road making $7,500, $8,000 a show. Come back and give his niggas $100 a piece, and he have them all on stage. 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 5 niggas on stage.
Sweating like a man.
Sweating like a bitch. He come out of $500. He come out of $500 and some burgers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He go home.
Yeah.
With $8,000. He do this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night.
Yeah.
He need to make $300 for the weekend. Vicious work. Ain't you talking about family? If that's my family, guess what? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show my family something.
And so you witnessed this occur.
Listen, I got the receipts. I was there. I can tell you about it. My partner just came home from doing a murder bit. He was in the face mob. He just came home from doing a murder bit. Jumped right back on stage like he never left. He went, now mind you, he went to prison in the height of his fucking career. He saw his record go platinum from prison. Okay? My partner, Big Smith D.
Right.
So, he came home, did his time, came home, and jumped right back on the road with Devin. I called him in Cleveland. I called him in the Chi. When I'm doing my rounds, if they in town, I pull up. You know what I'm saying? That's with anybody, except for Devin, because I don't want to. When I pull up on him, it's gonna be a real pull up. But like Face, all of them, my brothers, when they come in town, I pull up on them. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So when Smith came in town, matter of fact, I ran into Smith in Atlanta. He was on the road with Devin. They was in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might have been there too, KP. But anyway, yeah, Smith jumped right back on the road with them niggas, and Dev came with that $100 shit with him. He ain't last 90 days. He told me out of that shit. He said, I ain't playing with that shit. Because niggas gonna make me do something to you.
Right.
Playing in my face. You playing in my face. I lightweight. Man, listen. I can't say that, but the face mob really is what made Devin what it was. That's what, because Devin was known as a hook nigga. He ain't got no exciting bars. He rap like a motherfucker. He rap about weed, but he got some of the fire's hooks. You know, he got that Southern Soul hook. So Face the one that brought him out. When Face used me for all that shit, fuck faces, and you know what I'm saying, that's what really branded him right then and there. So, but Face Mob had a lot to do with that, the group Face Mob, because he was in the group Face Mob with Schmidt D. So anyway, Schmidt got come home and he fucking see this shit and he get right off the road. He said this ain't what the fuck it is. And when he did that, that was the last straw for me as well. That showed me that 20 years later, you still giving niggas $100? I don't know why nobody knocked his head off yet. But I guess if you hungry, $100. I guess if you keep a nigga hungry and you just give him 100, he'll take it. Like you said, what would you say earlier? How it go, KB? Mm-hmm. It was a cold one. Mm-hmm. Bring that, snatch that back out. What was that when you said? You said something about if you keep him, if you meek long enough, nigga gonna just be like, oh, he a good spirited, good hearted nigga. Go ahead and give him 100, man. No, he ain't gonna say nothing.
No, I said they banking on that.
Yeah.
They're banking on it. They banking that you a good nigga, man.
Listen. You on the road with $100, you gotta watch how you spend. You can't even buy a tea. You can't even buy a motherfucking pack of socks.
So why are you on the road?
Smart enough.
As I am, don't do the shit.
But niggas still think they slick, and they have, they look at it from an advantage point. Plus, they hurt, like you said, as well. So they want to see how smart they are to get back at you. You know, so they'll play a role. Oh yeah, big bro, and anytime they can, they'll snake you. You know,
always happens.
And so I'm bringing up Rodney because he's playing that role just like KC and T-Mac and all these other people. Mm-hmm. But they're really upset with him or whatever because he hadn't paid them. I've even heard $14K in them, and I got it on tape.
Oh yeah.
So
it's the same story for everybody.
This is yeah. So how do you avoid that?
Like you just said, don't go on the road. But if you got an ulterior motive, you know what I'm saying, if you want to just be seen with Devin, because that's all it is. You really just being seen with him. But I don't want to be seen with somebody I fucking...
But how did he even come to this point
to
where you would have to be seen with him? You see what I'm saying?
I don't want to be seen with somebody I see every day unless we making some fucking money together. I don't want to see nobody every day except for Mookie, except for my daughter, Mooks. And my wife, Allison. That's the only people I want to see every day. Anything other than that,
right? I
ain't got to see you. I'll catch you when I catch you.
Right.
But some people need to be seen. Fame is a drug. I'm telling you.
So are they insecure?
At the height of Rap A Lot, we did a show, and fucking, this is when we had Tila on the label. We had the Ghetto Twins. We was just slaying, do or die. Rapper, Face, Scarface, Ghetto Boys. We got all type of shit going. Bill, rest in peace, my boy Bushwick Bill. Man, hey man, Bill. I got some stories about Bill too that crack you up. But anyway, that's another time. Bill was a wild boy. But yeah, man.
They beat Bill up too, man.
Yeah, they beat Bill up too.
Little bitty Bushwick Bill.
I was on the scene for that one. Yep. I was on the scene for that one. I watched his eyeball roll right across the floor.
Damn.
Beat the nigga eyeball at his head.
They beat up Face too?
Nah, I've never seen that.
You heard it, but you never seen it.
No, but I seen Big Mike slap the shit out of Face.
Oh, yeah.
Big Michael Menace. Big Michael Menace. Niggas don't play with Mike, bro. Niggas don't play with Mike. Yeah, I've seen some things, bro. I've seen some things, and I got receipts. That's pretty much like, you know, I wanna talk about. Can I talk about another part of this music thing that give me love though? You know, it give me love. Like, my child was murdered. My 2-year-old was murdered by my father. Right? My dad was a junkie, a heroin junkie, and he was, you know, he was in the morning. I had let him take my son, his grandson. He hadn't seen him in a minute, and my children's mother and dad went to go to. We got something called the Bud Billiken Day Parade in Chicago. It's an annual black picnic parade march. You know, it's the biggest star. Like all the big stars in Chicago come out. You know, I done been there years with Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, man, Mr. T. Anybody who famous from Chicago, they come out and just walk with the people on Bud Billiken Day. So anyway, yeah, man, my dad went to go get some methadone instead of fucking taking him to the Bud Billiken Day break. So he got him out to the parade. He didn't mix the methadone with a little quarter water. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pour the methadone in a little quarter water. My son too out there. He been parade walking all day. You know what I'm saying? He seeing shit. I guess when they was loading up the car to leave, my son got in there and he saw the quarter water. And what he gonna do? He 2 years old. He gonna drink it, right? And yeah, my son, he overdoses on methadone, and my father could have said something, but he lied and he said it was cough syrup, and my children's mother believed him, and he went and dropped them off. We just had moved back home to Chicago. He went and dropped them off and left, as a coward does. And the next thing I know, my son is in a coma, and I lose my son, and my father did it. And man, I want to tell you, I wanted to kill everybody. I wanted to kill everybody. I wanted to die too. That's how bad the pain really was. I wanted to die. So, I wanted to say this about how music, like, it sometimes it make you forgive. So, Face, who was really, really my brother, you know what I'm saying? Not blood brother, but trust me, we didn't. I mean, you know, he also made a lot of money off me too at the same time. But you know, he also gave me the opportunity to live my dream and to be on records. Records with him too, by the way. I'm on records with the legendary. So anyway, he did this song called This Can't Be Life with Jay-Z. When the shit happened in Chicago, I called Warren Lee. That's my brother. I called Warren Lee. And Lee, I tell Lee what happened. Like, man, get over here quick to the hospital, man. Amir in a coma. And he hung up on me. And the next thing I know, Brad is doing this song with Jay-Z. Kanye West produced the record. It's called This Can't Be Life. It's one of the Jay-Z's biggest album. It's on the Dynasty album, which is, I think, his biggest selling record ever. Yeah, man. When Face said those things he said at the time,
My homeboy Reek.
and when Face said those things, it really got me through a lot of the things. But let me tell you this though. So
he
Brad,
put that on the album about you.
yeah, he listen. It was an actual situation where he was in the studio with Jay-Z, and I had called Warren Lee. Like I said, I called Lee because Lee was in Chicago. So clearly Lee hung up the phone with me and called Brad right then and there. As Brad's about to go in the booth and do his verse. So it was epic like that. And I thank him because he immortalized my son, Emir, through that song. Because that song is forever.
Right.
That song is going to be here forever. And it's a big song. And when he said the things he said, it resonates with a lot of people, man. So, yeah, man, I just want to thank my brother Brad for that, man. It still get me through. But the crazy thing about this is that every time I go see Brad, he never do the fucking song. I've never seen him do it live. He started to one time, and he looked over at me on the side of the stage, and he looked at Damo, and they fucking went to another song.
Oh, really?
It was crazy. I've never seen him do it live, but I've been told that when he do that song, everybody know word for word. Like, he just put the mic out there like that. You know what I mean?
Anything else you'd like to say before you?
Man, no, I appreciate the opportunity to tell some things about me, just so you can know a little bit more. Moving forward in life, man, I see the content. I see room for content. I see how the tech is going right now. So, music probably won't be in my future. It's always gonna be my hobby. I got a studio at the house. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give it. Look. I just told y'all we got power now. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna make y'all listen to it if y'all like it or not. Cause you can do that now. Right. You motherfuckers is nothing. Is something now.
Now, do me a favor. I'm not saying it's gonna be called this, but just in case, I want to use some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just say H-Town Underground.
Okay, come on. Yeah, H-Town Underground. This is for H-Town Underground. This is for my family, H-Town Underground.
Okay, yeah, do it again and just say, like, introduce yourself. Hey, this Big Reek with,
okay.
And I'm down with H-Town Underground.
Okay. Hey, what's going on? This your brother, Man Child Mafia Life, a.k.a. Reek Flair. Former member of the Coffee Brothers. Can't say former because Face Mob for life, you hear me? And I'm down with H-Town Underground.
All right, one more time and that should be good.
Hey, yo, this your boy, Man Child Mafia Life, a.k.a. Reek Flair. You know what I'm saying? One half of Gang Green. Shout out to my partner, Trey TL. And we are down with H-Town Underground.